Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite channel.
We, the undersigned commissioners of IEBC, took an oath of office to defend the Constitution and the law in the discharge of our duties independently. We have remained faithful to our oath of office and shall continue to do so. We collectively and unanimously make the following statement pursuant to the media briefing we held yesterday evening. That is on the 15th of August 2022 at the same place, Serena Hotel, Nairobi, where we promise for a comprehensive statement with regard to the results of the August 9th, 2022 presidential election declared and announced by Mr. Wafula Chebukati in his capacity as the chairperson. In the Serena media briefing, we stated that we will not take ownership of the results of the results yesterday of the presidential election declared and announced by Mr. Chebukati. In this regards, our reasons to decline to take ownership of the results so declared and announced are as follows. 1. That the aggregation of the percentages of the results scored by the 4 presidential candidates who were on the ballot as declared by Mr. Chebukati presented to us a mathematical absurdity that defies logic. Take notice that Mr. Chebukati's aggregation was as follows. Raila Odinga, 48.85%. William Ruto, 50.49%. Waiga Maure, 0.27%. Wajakoya George, 0.44%. This summation gives us a total of 100.01%. The 0.01% translates to approximately 142,000 votes.
And I have a response from IEBC Vice Chairperson Juliana Chererera. So Juliana Chererera has filed an affidavit in response to a presidential petition filed by the Azimio One Kenya Alliance presidential candidate Raila Amolo Odinga and his running mate Martha Karua. So Chererera in her affidavit has accused the IEBC chair Wafula Chebukati of lacking transparency and initiating directives unprocedurally. So according to Chererera, Chebukati bullied his way in making key decisions at the commission without their consent. So she continues to accuse Chebukati of unilaterally undertaking the transfer of returning officers without consulting fellow commissioners. And you saw that in the complaints that was aired out at Serena Hotel. So she goes further and says, returning officers are permanent members of staff at IEBC who could only be transferred after 5 years, but Wafula Chebukati, in a departure from this transfer policy, transferred ROs, that is the returning officers, on the 30th March 2022 without approval of the commission. So what Chererera is saying is that Chebukati did everything without consulting the commission. So further she claims that Chebukati failed to convene a meeting to appraise the commission on the implementation of the recommendation of the reports on the independent audit of the register of voters by KPMG. You remember about 1 month, 2 months ago, KPMG released its own audit report that detailed the malpractices that were witnessed in that register. That involves close to 1 million voters who were registered fraudulently. So Cherera further faulted the IEBC chair for failing to complete the recruitment of Director of Voter Registration and Director of Election. But that role was assumed to be held by Moses Mkuli. But it appears that that selection was not completed. So besides, she alleged that Chebukati failed to inform the commission that Lycos SA, the printing firm that was involved in printing the ballot papers, contractor in Greece, was to print 2 sets of Form 34A, being Form 1 and 2 and Form 2 and 3. So that communication again, Chebukati never convened in a way that was transparent. So Cherera also accused Chebukati of usurping the role of Chairperson Commission, Legal Committee, ICT Committee, and Deputy CEO Operations in complete disregard of good corporate governance. So Chebukati assumed the roles of 3 players. 1, the Chairperson Commission Legal Committee, the ICT Committee, and Deputy CEO of Operations. So Chebukati took all these roles. Then again, the affidavit has also fingered Chebukati for issuing unilateral press statements without consulting the commission. So in other words, Cherera is saying that Chebukati became a total boss who did not want to hear his juniors, a total boss who bullied his way into making decisions unilaterally, decisions which are not conformed to the Constitution of Kenya with regards to the laws that are governing fairness in electoral process. So Chebukati assumed all these roles single-handedly. So perhaps that explains what Cherera said when she decided to distance herself from the tallying process that was going on the last day. That is the day that Chebukati announced the results. So ladies and gentlemen, perhaps if you're watching our video for the first time and you haven't subscribed, please take a moment and subscribe. So I was giving you an affidavit detail of what Cherera has filed in response to Martha Karua's and Raila's petition. It was a duty of Cherera to do so. So yesterday we tackled Justice response again to the same. Justice cited one hacker who was alleged to have been in the system since June 1st for close to 2 months. So we are still remaining with 2 petitions to be filed against, that is the 2 commissioners. So ladies and gentlemen, perhaps I'd like to leave you with those few remarks. But if you're first time viewer, again, you can subscribe. But until we meet again, just stay safe, stay blessed.